Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it happens to be while you're watching this. Oh, I could take the easier path and just walk the river, follow the snowmobile tracks, but I'm pretty sure you can see that. There's some soft spots out there with water in them, and I really don't feel like getting wet. I'm pretty sure the ice is good yet, it's just that's where stuff is melted. But I don't feel like trying to walk through that. So, I'm out here by the Rat River again. Walking in this crunchy snow. And wouldn't be so bad trying out my new sled, as you saw earlier. But I've noticed with the crunchy snow that this is not the quietest. I'll let you have a listen. Oh, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I was filming behind my back. And this thing is all kittywampus. It's okay. I mean, it slides really good over the logs and snow and grass and stuff. But to redo this was just quick and easy. I mean, you can see I did some modifications to it. I added a cargo net, added some aluminum stripping in the front to strengthen it for the pull rope. And I added some bungees and some eye bolts. I'll show you, go through it. This is, I think they call it the medium sized. Well, right here you'll see it. The Otter Sled Sport. It's pretty good. But you can see the brass eye bolts I mounted, and I got a cargo net and put that over the top. Got some brass eye bolts there, and then what I did here is I ran a piece of aluminum, and again on the other underside there, bolted it together. I went with brass and aluminum so it doesn't rust. Oh, but with this mule tape here for a pull rope, it works okay for a pull rope, but I want to turn it into a real poke, and to do that I need some what they use is just 3/4 PVC, and then you cross them and they go on a harness on your waist, and then that gives you, then you just wear the belt and you just walk, and it's off on your side, the poles, and then it keeps everything straight, and if you're going downhill it keeps it from slamming into you. But right now I just got the mule tape on there, and it works. Like I said, I just wanted to try it out. I got my Frost River bushcraft pack. It's the large one, and it's not full, but it looks full because I have a wicker pack basket in there that I picked up recently. I have no idea what brand it is. It's so old that it didn't have any name on it or anything, but it is quality. I mean, it's old. It's probably older than I am, but there's no holes in it or cracks or anything. Nice, solidly built. The bottom on the newer ones, they got the little boards, you know, that go across the bottom, and a lot of times you should actually sand down the corners when you put it in a pack because of the sharp corners. This one is all nice and rounded, you know. It's years worth of wear on there, but it works. I mean, it was tight. It's not meant for that pack, let me tell you. It was tight getting it in there. It's not a tapered one. It kind of bubbles out in the middle, and then I had to kind of try to squish that together to get it through the top of the pack, but once it was in, you can see it filled out nice, and it gives structure, and it makes it look ginormous on my back. When I get to where I'm going today, I'll put it on and show you. It looks ginormous. For a small person, you could sit on the top of it. It's that wide on top, and it'd probably hold you. Just be hell on my shoulders. Oh, excuse my language. Try to make this family friendly, but you get my point. So anyway, just wanted to show you the noise this thing makes in crunchy snow. And I'm heading out here just to, I'd say get some dirt time, but I guess winter in Wisconsin we'll call it get some snow time. Alright, catch up with you later. There, I think I found my spot. Got a little seat to sit on right there. Nice little flat spot right there for a fire. Plenty of firewood. But otherwise you can see there's plenty around out here. Eventually you're probably going to hear some snowmobiles going by, because I don't know if you can see that other tree line over there. Let's see if I could find it. It'd be that tree line right there. Just on the other side of that is the river. And it's a good snowmobiling river. It's all twisty and turny and curvy and windy, and makes for fun times snowmobiling, flying around corners. Occasionally you go too fast and you tip over and wipe out in the marsh, but, well, you know, you might crack a hood or bust a windshield, but otherwise you're good to go. Alright, I'm going to get set up here. Clean off a little spot there to sit on, clean out some snow for a little fire, get some wood together, and decide what the rest of the day holds. Bigger logs to split. Cigar sizing up. Dried grass and twigs. I'll be getting more yet. I think today I'll do Flint Steel. So I just gathered some dry cattail and dead grass stuff. Not the cattail fluff, but just the dry grass, the leaves. As you can see, it's all over out here. And I'm just making myself a bird's nest. Now I'm going to gather some dry grass. handle. Now I'm going to get my little Flint and Steel kit out. Be right back. This is a little peanut lighter, but I'm not going to use that. And right in here is my Flint and Steel kit. It's a little neck kit. Keep in my haversack. But I keep it tied so it doesn't come open in the haversack. My little char cloth tin. My little seahorse. My little seahorse striker. This doesn't want to come open, which is good, I guess. Oh, come on. Maybe I won't be using this. It got jammed down in there pretty good. Why you always carry a multi-tool. There we go. Just stuck a little bit. Got my flint in there. Char cloth. Make sure you can see that. There you go. Oh yeah, and you're sitting at an angle. I apologize. There. Now you don't have to adjust your screen. Or you can sit back in your chair straight again. But now we got time. Let that stuff all start catching. Put my Flint Steel stuff away. Have a drink of water. Get the camera out of the flame. You know, all this important stuff. Alright, catch up with you in a little bit. Well, Weekend Wanderer 3 here with YouTube and BitChute. Just out here, killing time on a beautiful Saturday afternoon, morning. Out here by the Rat River again. Except for this time I'm a little farther away from the river. It's over there in that other tree line. Oh, just wanted to get out and get some dirt time. Well, Wisconsin, I guess, in February, it's not really dirt time, it's snow time. But if you dig down far enough, you'll get to dirt. It's frozen, but it's dirt. Playing with a couple new toys here. I don't think I'm going to do a product use video yet, because I haven't got enough experience with either one of them. But so far they're working pretty good. Me being 50% Native American, Cheyenne, I always thought about trying to get in touch with my heritage and my roots, going with tomahawks, you know, like the Native Americans had. I had one once, but it was the traditional tomahawk with a blade that was only 2.5, 3 inches wide, you know, and for wood processing, some people love them, but it's not for me. But recently I found one from King County Tools, and it's got a 4-inch blade, just like my axe. See, that's a good 4 inches there. And it's got the hammer pole. It's not forged, it's just cast, you know, but holds an edge decent. I've been chopping around with it in frozen wood. What I did is I refinished the handle, sanded it all down, and then I do wood burning too. So I wanted something, I don't know, it's not original, but something that you don't see much of. So I come across the Arabic language, and the old writings in, you know, like quill or a wide tipped fountain pen. So I do wood burning too, and I decided to wood burn that says wisdom, and on this side I wood burned in peace. And then with this being so long right here, when you hit logs it kind of glances because the handle's so skinny. It's hard to grab hold of it to keep it from spinning. When you're choking up on it, you put your finger here and that's fine. But back here it does the glancing blows. I've reprofiled it a little bit and it bites a little better. But then I added some number 36 bank line, and then that helps greatly. Just that little bit of width there helps with the grip. And then the other little toy I bought is a big knife. This is sold on Amazon, and it's labeled right in here on the website on Amazon. It says Essie on it. This is not an Essie. As you can see, mine does not say that. Mine says whatever that says, and then El Salvador. But it's a thin 1/8 inch, and it does flex a little bit, so it's more of a machete than it is, say, a large chopper. It chops okay, but it's more of a machete because it's flexible and thinner blade, which is nice because it's not so heavy to carry around. And I added the lanyard so it doesn't fall out of my hand. But this also, it took me a while to get this one sharp. Well, it took me a while to get that one sharp to the sharpness I like. But I got it, and it holds an edge very well. And I got one of those Condor Warlocks. It's got a weird shape to it, but if you look them up, Amazon has them. Condor sight, the Warlock. That's more of a chopper. That's twice as thick as that is, and it's heavier. It's a little bit shorter, but it's heavier. It's a good chopper. and that blade does not bend. This one bends a little bit because it's thinner. But I like this one because I can whittle with it a lot better than that Condor. This might be made by Condor because it's El Salvador and that's where Condor is made. This wasn't too pricey at all. But if you can't sharpen, then it's probably too pricey because it comes dull. So did the Tomahawk. But it works. I mean, they both work so far. We'll give a product use later on, maybe end of summer. I'm going to start carrying both of them a little more frequently. They both fit nicely in my haversack. So that's what I'm going to start carrying. Well, summertime comes, I don't need the great big pack and all the winter stuff. I don't need an axe because there's not as much firewood processing. Wintertime, there's a lot more wood prep if you're going to spend the night. Oh. Well, I'm going to arrange the fire a little bit here and split some wood I cut up. I'm using my Boreal 21 saw. I'm sure you're all familiar with that. I got dead wood or dry wood blade in there. Cuts good for me. These are kind of nice. They all fold up together on themselves. And then you just stick it in your pack. Mine, I keep this one in a big pack and I stick it on a side pocket. And then for my smaller pack, I use my Silky Big Boy saw with coarse teeth, or large, extra large teeth. That's what they're called. That grabs the wood good. I don't need fine cuts just for this stuff. It can be rough, I don't care. And when it's the extra large tooth, it cuts faster, grabs more. But this is kind of a neat concept for a bow saw. Light, it's aluminum, it's light. We'll do a product use video on this too, maybe a month or two. But I'm sure you've all seen them. If not, just you can look them up. I mean, they're everywhere online. They got a little more pricey since I bought mine. I got mine a couple of years ago. They got more popular, so of course then the price goes up. Alright, I'll point you towards the fire here. Let me check my battery. Yeah, it's good. I got extra batteries. Get you towards the fire and let you watch that for a minute. Whoa, wearing sunglasses, can't see the screen. Now I'm back. Gonna have some coffee. I got my little folding pack grill, little one. I could put over the coals there. But I figured I'll build a tripod. OCD kicking in, hold on. Okay. Better. Sorry about that. Get you pointed at the tripod. Show you what I did. Nothing super fancy. Found a forked stick, 2 other straight sticks, lashed them together in the forks. I didn't even do the wrap and frap, I just wrapped it around. Some random cordage I got in my pack. And got the Pathfinder cup here. These are kind of nice because they got the holes in there. And then they got the lid with the slots. So you can use the fish mouth spreader in there and suspend it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Can you see that? I sure hope so. Get some water in here. And I just got a loop and a stick run through the loop to hold that up. I want to lower it. Move the tripod. Could unwrap it too if you wanted. But I'll show you. See how I just got that stick through the loop? And see how that works with the lid and the cup? It's a nice kit. They thought of it, you know, before they just made a cup and a bottle set. They actually thought it through. This is my area. Marsh out there. Fallen dead trees here. Marsh transitioning into woods. Trees are all pretty much dead though. They don't like the flooding in the spring, and then there are a lot of ash in here. So the ash has got the ash borer bug, emerald ash borer, and then woodpeckers. So on a windy day, this would not be the spot to be pitching a tent and trying to sleep, because any of these trees could come down. They're not all dead. The small ones here, like that one right in front of you, are good. And the big oaks there are good. And that's, I don't know if you can tell, but you got the little marsh opening there, and you got like 2 fingers of woods coming out. The one on the far side, and then the one on the right. And that woods out there is a higher ground, so it stays drier out there. And then we're back to the start. Like I said, let's see, it's February 27th today, 2021. It's 45 degrees out, beautiful weather. Got a slight 8-mile-an-hour wind, breeze. We'll get you set back up here, so forgive the bouncing, and then of course, you know, my OCD is going to kick in, so you'll be crooked, but I won't know it till I sit down and look at you. Yep, see? Doesn't fail. Oh! Kind of hard to get this set up straight in the snow. It kind of... Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Let's see what we got here. Wait for my water to boil and have a cup of coffee. I got my food pack along too. I got ramen noodle, I got hot chocolate, got some protein bars or trail bars or whatever. I don't know. I forget what I got in there. Haven't used it for a while. I usually don't eat when I'm out here. Didn't have breakfast either, but I usually don't have breakfast. I usually only eat once a day. That's 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night, supper time. Have a great big meal. And get ready for bed. And try to be in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock. Oh. Show you the fire. Let you watch that instead of just staring at me. If I can find it. Didn't bring a watch. Didn't bring my phone. The only time frame I can give you is it's daytime. Probably, according to the sun, somewhere around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And that 45 degrees is Fahrenheit, of course. If it was Celsius, there would not be any snow here. And I would not be in long pants and a jacket. But I wanted to get out and just, like I said, test this little sled I got, and it works. I mean, it slides easy enough over logs and the grass with snow. So it's easy pulling, that's not a big deal. And then wanted to test out my tomahawk and my big knife. I guess you call it a mini machete, big knife. But it's called the Darien. So I'm just going to call it Darien. It's still got good edge on it. I chopped all these poles down with it. They were dead. Just half of them I just snapped right off. Well, half of them would be 1.5 because there's 3. But I actually took 4 down, and one of them was a little too rotten, so that one is still laying over there. If I need firewood, I can bring it over. Well, my water's just about done, so put my gloves on and take that off. Find some coffee. Dump that in there and call her good. Got some more snowmobiles coming. Thought there were more. But the river goes around that way. There's some pretty loud ones out there too. And of course, cleaned everything up like I wasn't even here. That's where I was sitting. Well, you can see where my feet were sitting. But then right out here was the fire. It's all cleaned up. And then I took a little time and stacked up some dead wood there. Make like a little bit of a blind for early season bow hunting. Perhaps, if it's not flooded this year out here, I can sit right there. And I'd be down about like this. And that'd be my view right there southwest. There's a trail that runs up through there. Goes off into that woods back there. That's south. And then over here, that's about my only shooting right there. But if I stand up, I can get some shots out there. Maybe thread the needle and get one through there. And that, well, that is east. And of course, north is there. I'm not going to get any shots that way. But like I said, that's only if this area isn't under a foot of water come summer. Well, fall. Depends on what the weather does throughout the summer. But second season, or well, mid-October, it starts getting pretty populated with people out here, and then the deer just disappear because, well, the people wander all over out here and don't pay attention to wind, and yeah. So, but anyway, that was my thinking there. But I'll show you this trail. It's right here. You can see some coon tracks, raccoon track. Wait, where is it? There it is. And then this is the deer trail. Goes off through here. And you can see it heading off out there. Goes off into that other woods up there. And there you can see that other finger of woods past these trees here. Yeah, you can see that other finger juts out and ends over there. But I'm packed up, ready to go. Pretty relaxing, I'll tell you. Well, now, there we go. Oh. Had fun. Refreshing. Beautiful day, couldn't ask for, well, summer's coming, so that's better. But then you got the bugs and the mosquitoes and the gnats and the no-see-ums and yeah, oh, yeah. This is nice. So like I said, all packed up. Ready to head out. The tomahawk worked good. Machete, big knife, Darien, I think that's the name of it. That worked good. Now I'll head back out and go back to the van and head home. No deer. Saw an eagle. Flew above me for a little bit, circling. Up out in there. And then he went off that way. Northwest. Or northeast, I mean. But I'm hoping that works this spring, or well, early season would be fall, early fall. Mid-September our archery season opens here. But like I said, you can see the moss on this tree. And the water's been that high already. And this is my boot for comparison. You can see it. You can see it over there too. But this is a marsh area, so I guess you'll have to expect that. Alright, until next time. Do yourself a favor, and if you can, by all means, get out in the woods. Even if it's in the backyard. Whittle on a stick. Start a little twig fire in a can. You know. Enjoy the outdoors.